This is a HeadGum podcast.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to A Funny Feeling Podcast. I'm Betsy Sidaro.
And I'm Marcy Jarrow. This is a podcast where comedians tell us their paranormal experiences, and we listen to yours as well.
Oh, yeah. And if you have one of these paranormal experiences that you want to share with us, please email it to us at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com.
Now get cozy.
And prepare yourself to be scared silly.
This is a Funny Feeling Podcast. Happy birthday. No, it's not your birthday. Hi, Betsy.
It's nobody's birthday.
It's no one was born on this day.
Nobody was born on, what's the date?
The 15th.
February the 13th.
No, you're right. But this will be...
it'll come out.
No, it won't. I've got another one. So the next week, whatever day that is, there's no one's birthday.
It's absolutely no one's birthday.
And if it's yours, sound off in the comments.
Yeah, let us know and we'll sing you happy birthday.
How are you, Betsy?
Pretty good. I'm trying to think if anything spooky has happened or if I've been watching. I've been watching some ghost hunting shows, of course.
I was hoping you were going to say the same show you keep saying over, the same movie you keep saying over and over. Someone commented that they thought they were listening to an episode they already listened to because of it.
Oh, no. But Marcy, seriously, I just watched this crazy movie.
What ghost hunting shows are you watching?
Well, of course, Ghost Adventures. And then I started watching Ghost Nation.
Ooh.
Which...
Is it like Kid Nation where they put a bunch of kids out to rule themselves somewhere on a...
God, I wish it was. Just a bunch of different ghosts being like, you have to rule a society, you bunch of ghosts. No, it's just your classic three dudes who go to locations and try to be like, yep, they're haunted or whatever.
I'm going to pitch a show and we'd have to cast it, but I would like to see a ghost hunting show where it's like people our mom's age. Kind of like they already are frustrated they have to stay up this late.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Yeah.
And like they have funny comments like, well, no wonder it's haunted. This place is a pigsty. Like,
I would, ghost moms, ghost grannies.
Oh my, ghost grannies.
Ghost grannies.
Jeez,
yeah, ghost grannies. We need more shows dedicated to grandparents.
Oh, especially like the generation that is our parents.
Yes.
Like because they're funny, you know.
They're very funny. And
there's so many of them. Yeah. It's true.
It's like the baby boom or something.
Yeah, there was so many for some reason. There's so many of them. They're all living longer than ever now.
Yeah.
And they're the last generation that's going to get Social Security. So, like, why not? They got time on their hands. Why not put them in dark locations that are abandoned at night?
No. Lots of stumbling, lots of falls.
Also, you're like, why are you all wearing open-toed slip-on sandals? Is your mom do that? My mom is just a slip-on lady.
My mom is not.
You're in Colorado, though. It's different terrain, different weather. But, you know, a lot of, I just assume they're all going to be wearing, like, crop pants and...
Oh, absolutely. My mom has a bunch of very funky fleeces, which I'm now getting into. It's like,
hey, I like a funky fleece.
What if it is like us and our moms?
That would be great.
And we have to take care of them.
Yeah, and
while they get scared.
The tagline is, look at all these motherfucking ghosts. No,
and we make our parents say that every time. Mom, say it. I don't want to swear.
I don't want to do that. No, people I know watch this show.
Yes. Who cares? Say it, Mom.
Say it. They just bleep it anyway. Anyway, that's our pitch. And if you, I honestly, who do we pitch these to? We have
Travel Channel.
Travel Channel. You got it. That's it. Travel
Yeah.
Channel. We're coming for you with some
Travel
really good
Channel, we
ideas.
got one. Ghost Grannies.
Oh my gosh, it would be so fun.
It would be so fun. What if they're only allowed to look for like little kid ghosts?
Well, I think you don't want to put parameters on them until we see how they do. But
That's true.
But I think little kid ghosts, they would like little kid ghosts a lot because
right, they
they're-
would feel bad for them.
Yeah, but I was thinking, especially because my mom gets a little weird about some of the like psychics and stuff, that they could have psychics and be polite, but kind of in the confessional be like, I just don't believe in this. I don't. I'm Catholic and I'm not sure. I just don't. Like,
I would be so curious what my mom thinks. I think she would just be like, oh, okay.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Okay. And then just like kind of fall asleep, probably. There'd be lots of like, Mom, wake up. Mom, wake up. We're looking for ghosts. What?
You cannot
Oh,
sleep
yeah.
in this abandoned elevator shaft.
But I'm so tired.
So tired. Anyway, I think it's a hit. It's gonna be a
I
hit.
think that's a hit for sure. I'm in. Let's sell it.
Well, today we're gonna do something different on the podcast.
Oh my God. We're just keeping y'all on your toes, man.
On your tootsie toes. And what we're going to do today, and this is an experiment for sure. We don't know how we don't know how we're going to like this. We don't know how you guys are going to like this. But we're going to play some long listener stories. Now,
Yeah.
if you're new here, this is not, like I said, this is an experiment. It's not what we typically do. And also, we love when people send in voice memos. We love
Yes.
it. We love to listen to you tell your own stories.
Yes.
However, there's a few ground rules we need to go over. It's easier for us to actually get to listen to your story if it is 5 minutes or less. Now, it's not a hard and fast rule,
Right.
but people have sent us stories that are 20 minutes long, and I will never listen to. It will never.
That's an episode of television.
Yes. And God bless you if that story is so detailed that it can only be told in 20 minutes. I think you should start your own podcast, but does it fit our format, right?
Right.
And we want to play them on air.
Yeah.
That's the
we
whole
love
point.
them.
Yeah.
We love them.
Also, please avoid recording the story while flying an airplane or
Or in a tornado.
when you're like, oh, I hear a lot of noises while I'm talking. Maybe if you can just find a quiet location. That's all. We don't mind like the occasional like, oh, there's a baby cry, there's a cat meow, dog bark.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's just the like, are they flying one of those open top planes? Like those old timey bombers?
Yeah, they have goggles and a funny hat and a scarf. And they're flying a plane.
Yeah. Which is fine. It's just sometimes like the sound can get weird on it. So it's more editing for me. So anyway, recapping the rules, keep it around 5 minutes or less if possible. But keep like, you can go over under a little, but and try to be in like at least a consistently like reasonably quiet-ish location.
Yeah.
Good. And don't put yourself at risk by driving and doing it yourself. We just want you to be safe. We don't want you to become a ghost while retelling a ghost story.
Right. Whoa.
So having said all that, we are getting around to some of the shorter, long stories we've been sent.
Yes.
And we might, I'm going to see how it works, Betsy. But I think we might keep in a little bit of us talking.
Ooh, I'm down.
Sometimes we won't talk too much, but sometimes Betsy and I do talk during it. So we'll see. Well, I don't know.
We're talkers.
We'll just see what happens. And if we have to pause, I'll pause. Whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think that's great. Okay.
Okay. All right. So should I just jump into it then?
I think so. Let's go for it.
All right. Here we go. Buckle up. This is about to be a long ride.
Hi, Marcy. Hi, Betsy, and maybe guest if there's a guest on this episode. My name is Meagan. I'm from Michigan. I'm a big fan. I've been listening since near the beginning, so I finally decided to send in something. Better late than never, I guess. So I decided I'm going to tell you guys about the occurrence that kind of made me a believer. Like a true blue believer. I could not debunk it to save my life. And this happened actually pretty early in my life. And it happened at the house that I grew up in. So I was in 4th grade, and I was doing homework in the basement of this house. I was a pretty stick in the mud kind of kid. I wanted to debunk everything that happened. You know, if it could possibly have a reason behind it that wasn't supernatural, then it had to have been the non-supernatural reason. However, this house had very odd vibes, to say the least. There was always something weird happening, especially when we were little, me and my brother. So anyway, I'm downstairs in this basement. It's a finished basement. You know, to the normal bystander, it looks like a nice, cozy, nice place. But to me, it had the strangest feeling down there typically. So the fact that I was down there doing homework was already odd. Usually I would get just like super, super anxious down there. But anyway, doing my homework, finished it, you know, wrapping up, putting my papers back into the folder and stuff. And I was sitting on this couch, and behind the couch, there's like this little play area where there's, you know, board games and toys and stuff. And that's where I would usually hang out and play.
There should be nothing behind couches.
Seriously, a wall.
But anyway, so I'm sitting there, and then as I'm putting my stuff into my backpack, ready to go upstairs, not even, 2 inches behind my head, it felt like I could feel the breath on my neck. I hear, Meagan. My name whispered right behind my head. And so, instantly I sit up straight, and, the stick in the mud side of me was like, what? And so I literally said out loud, that couldn't have just happened, trying to convince myself that. And then, 2 seconds later, I go, yes, it did. And I grab my stuff. I sprint back upstairs where my parents are sitting on the couch in the living room. And I'm just start to have a freak out meltdown. I was like, oh my God, you guys don't know this thing happened to me downstairs. Oh. And they're like, what the hell? Calm down. Take a breath. And I was like, oh my God, you don't understand. And so luckily they're pretty cool when it comes to this kind of stuff. We'd been living in the house for several years at this point, so they had already kind of become familiar with the fact that it was kind of different, living there and stuff. So my mom, being super into supernatural, she was like, what did you hear? What did they say? What did it sound like? Blah, 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 blah.
This is how you do it, parents. And this is it.
I'm in my head. I'm like, what the fuck? Why aren't you as freaking out like I am? But I calm myself down, and as I'm about to start describing what happened, my brother, who's a couple years older than I am, he came out of the kitchen, which was around the corner, and he goes, Did you hear your name whispered to you? And I look at him, and I go, yeah, how do you know that? And he just kind of stands there and he nods, and he's like, did it sound like it was a little kid? And I go, yeah, it did. How do you know that? And he just kind of was well, about a week ago, I was doing dishes in the kitchen, and, I heard the same thing, whisper my name behind my head. And literally all three of us, me, my mom, my dad, and me, we just stop and we stare at him for a second, and he just shrugs, and he kind of walks off and does his own thing, which kind of makes me wonder how much has happened to him in that house in regards to like the spooky supernatural kind of stuff, because he was just like so nonchalant about it. Like, yeah, that shit happens. But anyways, I digress. He walks off, and my mom is like super interested in it, and her being kind of woo-woo, she decides to, and not that you have to be woo-woo to do this, but she goes to a medium. Because she's like, how can we have a ghost if, you know, we built the house ourselves?
Classic question.
Yeah, classic.
And so, she goes to this medium, and apparently this woman was pretty legit, because she goes, okay, I see your house. I see it in my mind, like my mind's eye or whatever. And so it's built into the side of a hill, right? And my mom's like, yes. So when you stand out like and look at it from the street, it looks like it's on flat ground. But when you go around to the back side of the house, it's actually a 2-story house instead of a 1-story like it looks from the front, because it's built into a side of a hill. And the woman goes, okay. Well, I see that there used to be a house that sat there before your house, because you guys built yours, right? And my mom goes, yeah. And so she goes, yeah, there was a house there back in like the late 1800s. It was the only house for about 1.5 miles. The rest was farmland.
Yuck.
And there was a house fire. And from what they're telling me, there was a woman and a boy who passed away in the fire. And the husband had actually passed away prior to this in a farming accident. And so my mom's like, what the fuck? Yeah, because this woman's like, yeah, there's a boy. He really likes to cause like mischief. He likes to mess around with your kids a lot, like playing games and stuff.
Dick.
And he likes to mess with your daughter, you know, a lot. Just because they're around the same age. My mom's like, oh crap, okay. And then my mom, like, because when she was reciting the story to me, she goes, yeah. And then the medium told me that the woman really likes your daughter, as in me, Meagan. Like, she apparently was saying, like, yeah, the old lady ghost is how she referred to her. Yeah, she likes watching her play, and she likes to watch her draw. And like, I was a super artsy kid. I like went into arts as like, you know, a job and stuff, you know, later in life. And so, yeah, so that was interesting to hear. So not only did I have a little kid ghost messing with me, but I also had a old lady ghost watching me play by myself.
Yuck.
So
I don't like that one.
That was interesting. And so when my mom came back and told us the story and stuff, my dad was like, ooh, yeah, I guess cat's out of the bag. And my mom's like, what? And he goes, well, when we were building the house, because it was him and his brother that built the house.
Oh, no.
He's like, when we were digging up the earth and stuff to put in the basement, we kind of maybe found like pottery and cloth and like horseshoes and charred burned boards. and my mom's like, I could literally just kill you right now. Why would you not tell us that? And he's like, I didn't want to scare anybody, and I didn't think it was really going to matter until the kids started talking about being talked to at night. And I was like, yeah, that's something you should share with the class, Dad, but okay. But anyway, so that's the tip of the iceberg. This house has had so many other occurrences, from, you know, talking in the room next to us, but we were nobody was in that room. After my parents divorced, my dad's girlfriend, who was a staunch non-believer, I think because it scared her, but she was sitting on the couch one night in the living room with me. My dad wasn't home. He was on a business trip. And she mutes the TV and she goes, she's listening, and I could hear it. I didn't want to say anything. But she goes, is your TV on in your bedroom? Which my bedroom was like down the hallway and around a corner. And I kind of like don't take my eyes off the TV, and I go, no. And she goes, is the radio on or something then? And I go, no. She goes, oh, and she just like unmutes the TV and then just like pretended like it didn't happen. I've had friends stay the night who have been woken up by a man shaking them awake. That was an interesting one. I've had, my name called multiple times by what I thought was my parents, but my parents weren't home. And then we've also seen things like we've seen a big black dog on the property before and like disappear underneath our deck. And when we go like help the dog get out, because we thought it was just a stray dog, there was nothing under there. No dirt was like disturbed. There's no dust in the air. It's just everything was still. So again, I mean, with all these stories, there's like 10 more, 10, 20, 30, honestly, more stories. Because we've been there for going on 25 years. So pretty crazy, but I can always write in later about more of these occurrences or occurrences that have happened not on that property, because apparently I'm something of a magnet now. Which, whether that's, a good thing or a bad thing, it is what it is. So, yeah. But anyway, thank you for listening to my story and listening to me ramble. Hopefully it wasn't too excruciating. Yeah, thanks. I love the podcast. Keep it up. All right, bye.
Whoa,
Here's
dude.
the thing about these long ones is like that was fun to listen to.
It was great.
Just can't get to it in a typical show. That's all. Wish I could.
Oh, wow.
That was okay.
Dude.
A lot of thoughts, Betsy.
Lot of thoughts.
First thought is, would you divorce the father of your children for
Yes,
keeping
in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat.
keeping
Done.
the secret that he has built your house on top of a tragic historical tragedy?
How wild to be like, oh yeah, we found like pottery and like cloth and charred wood. That's so wild.
Oh yeah, some bones and Satan's staff.
Yeah, same staff. But we didn't think of anything of it. We just really wanted to build the house.
I got okay. Like I said, so many. Okay, I got nervous when they said that they saw a big dog run under. I was like, "That's a hellhound."
I kind of had that too. I was like, what if that's an evil dog?
That's a hellhound.
Or the family had a big, fun, cute dog.
There were a few things that was said that made me nervous.
The lady being like, I like your daughter.
Ew.
That fucked me up.
It could be benign. They're very innocent.
I think it is just a lady being like, oh, look, a daughter I've never had who likes to draw.
But Mama has ruined. I just don't know that lady's not going to lure your child off a cliff so that she can keep them forever, right?
Right.
Since you're already on a hill.
Do you think Dad's girlfriend was a punk rocker?
Oh, what made you
like
think?
Jessica Chastain and Mama? I immediately thought of that. I was like, okay, she's in a band, and her like message for when you call and she doesn't answer is like, leave a message or whatever. I don't give a fuck. It's like, wow, you're a bad punk rocker, man.
That's a bad stepmama. Yes, stepmama is punk as hell. The other thing that made me nervous, Betsy.
Yeah, give me the nervous.
Is the old man shaking their friends awake and specifically knowing their names. I think it's strange.
That's scary. That is scary.
Yeah.
And you see like in Ghost Adventures and stuff, every now and then the ghosts will be like, Aaron, or Zach, and it's like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, I don't like that.
That is so, that's spooky.
I think what they would call an intelligent haunting is more, it would upset me more than just sort of like, oh, you're kind of hearing like residual stuff. Like the ghost is reliving or like, there's some like impact based on
Right.
something that happened. Whereas if it's like trying to mess with you, especially your guest, no, that makes me think bad things about it.
Yeah, just haunt the people who choose to continue living there. Come on. Let them have it. Don't give it to the sleepover kids.
Please.
Old man shaking you awake.
As it is, this poor child is a nerd doing basement homework. They need all the friends they can get.
Nerdle.
That's why that kid was messing with her to be like, come on.
Go outside and play.
Come play with me in the fire. It'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be awesome. It only burns a little.
Honestly, the smoke gets you and you kind of stop feeling anything.
Yeah, you kind of just pass out before you burn anyway.
That's horrible, too.
So sad.
So horrible.
It feels like that whole medium's description of that family just feels so 1800s.
Yeah,
you know, of like
tragic.
Dad died in a farm accident, and then of course like the mom's dress probably caught on fire because it was so big and there are just candles
or the kitchen,
like fires happen. They happen all the time now, but they must have happened all the time. All the time back then. Where it was like, we put candles on Christmas trees.
That's one of the dumber things.
That's a pretty dumb moment in human history. Of like, hey,
let's let a tree slowly die inside our house and then put fire on it. Let's see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, like dresses must have caught on fire constantly.
Also, how funny that of the only house that was there.
Right, that area of land gets built on again.
And maybe it's because wherever it's located, it is the most stable for building. Maybe that's why, like the position of the. But to be like, okay, there was nothing else around it, and we had to build right on top of this site where a big old tragedy happened.
But then it's like, did something like lure the dad and brother to this plot of land? You know what I'm saying?
You're saying the dad was in on it.
I'm saying, yeah, I think the dad was in on it.
Look, Dad made a lot of mistakes. Let's just say that. Look, I don't know how you feel about Dad, but I'm feeling like he really could have worked on his communication earlier in life.
A little bit, just a little bit.
Oh, yeah, now that you say.
I was a little worried that they found, like, he and his brother found skeletons
Me
or
too.
something. Like,
Me too.
But they didn't.
But
Well,
those hellhounds ate them up already.
The hellhounds love those bones.
Yum, 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 yum.
Yum.
Man, good luck.
Wow.
It sounds like they still own that house, too.
Yeah, it sounds like they're still there. And then Meagan is a beacon.
I mean, yeah, I guess once you get the stink on you.
Yeah, right. Once you get that stink, all those stinky ghosts want to be a part of that stink.
Mm-hmm. They're like, she
man.
gets it.
Yeah, hey, let's go bother her. She gets it.
Or maybe it's even just once you have this, like once you are open to this,
Yes.
the idea that you're seeing, or once you see stuff, like then you know that there's a possibility to see and hear
Right.
stuff. So then instead of your brain saying nope, didn't happen, your brain's like, oop, is that happening again? And then
Yep.
it can key in on it.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's really. I think that's huge. Yeah, I think that's a big part of it.
Oh, I had a friend once who was in New York and they were heading home and they had to go to the bathroom really bad, but they were already on the subway. But they're like, you know what? I'm really close to home. It'll be fine.
What a nightmare. I almost shit my pants in Paris because of that.
That is one of my like ultimate fears, that I'm going to poop my pants in public. It's always been. So they were walking. They're like, I can make it home. I can make it home. But it's like a 5 or more than 5 minute walk from the subway to their home. And as they're walking, they're like, I cannot hold it. It's too painful. And then they peed on themselves. and they were wearing like leggings, so it wasn't super noticeable, but they peed on themselves.
Yeah.
And then after that, they said, then I have the urge sometimes while walking to pee like I've never had before. And I was like, it's because your body knew that was a possibility. Your body didn't know. Your body said that's not an option. The only option for peeing is when we're sitting on a toilet. But now that you told your body, no, this is an option too, your body's like, well, then all right.
Whoa, really?
And that is a perfect analogy for why people see ghosts later.
I think that is a perfect analogy.
body's
Truly, like the body is just like, oh, okay.
This is an option.
It is totally an option. Wow.
I think they've gotten it under control.
Wait, are you talking about
You.
Piss Pants Peggy?
You. Yeah.
Me?
That story sounds really familiar.
Oh, yeah, that's so weird. That
sounds like
wow, that is so
like
strange.
maybe something.
Yeah, I bet they have it under control now.
Yeah, maybe a story that a friend told you in complete confidence.
Yeah, weird. I can't believe you're sharing it on the podcast. Wow, weird.
Weird
okay.
You. All right, I'm going to play another one now.
Oh my God, yeah.
Buckle your butt up.
Buckled in.
Hi, Betsy and Marcy. My name is Danielle.
Oh, it sounds like summer.
First off, I'm a huge fan of the podcast. You guys are seriously hilarious.
The beginning of Pirates of the Caribbean.
So I have 2 stories for you guys, and one of them is going to make you laugh, and the other one might make you shit your pants.
Good.
Actually, they both might make you shit your pants.
Great.
So just
okay.
hold on to your butts.
I said that.
My best friend Lauren was coming to visit, and she's able to work remotely. So she was in New Orleans for like a month and a half, and then she came here. And she came to visit at the perfect time because my husband was going out of town. My stepdaughter was in and out, staying at her mom's house with her sister and her nieces before she goes off to college. So we were able to catch up. And we're just hanging out on the back patio the same night she got into town, and I was talking to her about this podcast and the Bigfoot Collectors Club podcast and
Shout out.
Expedition Bigfoot, which I forced her to binge watch with me, and now she's a believer.
Cool.
And we start talking about ghost stories, and I told her one night when I was out on my patio, I looked up from something I was doing on my phone to look at the TV, and I noticed this bucket underneath of my grill, which just moved again. It was swinging back and forth. There's nothing around it that will make it swing, so I think it's a ghost, and I'm freaked out. I go inside, and for like 2 or 3 weeks, I'm just freaked out about this thing. Well, it turns out it is a mouse.
Ew.
And that mouse clearly still eludes me because it just jumped onto the bucket again, as I think it is living in my garden, eating my vegetables. So one day I'll capture it and release it to the wild where it can be a mouse.
It will
and
come
not
back.
Freak me out randomly.
Oh, yeah. They're like
it
hard
just
to get
did.
rid of.
So my friend Lauren was telling me about her bathroom experiences. And Betsy, I know you don't like bathroom ghosts. I know. But she tells me that she never feels comfortable in bathrooms anywhere. That like someone's there with her. So I couldn't think of the word that they used at the time to describe it on BCC. So she just called it her traveler. And the next night we were driving back from my stepdaughter's softball game, and we were discussing something, and I don't remember what it was, and she had asked me a question. I was like, I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. And she just dead serious says, I don't know, traveler, what do you think about that? And I immediately turned my head to her and said, do not fucking do that while I am driving down the road. And she was like, oh, why? Obviously, if a ghost answers your question, I am crashing this car because I'm going to be so terrified. Or I'm going to look in the rearview mirror and there's going to be a ghost sitting in the backseat. So no ghosts answered. It was really funny though, and we were laughing about it the whole way back home. And so in our discussion about ghost stories, it reminded me of this really weird thing that happened. And Marcy, you're going to really relate to this one because of your story about, I believe it was your keys that went missing and you found them in some weird random place that you would never put them. Okay. So in 2016, I'm going to get a little bit personal real quick. 2016, I was getting divorced and I was moving from Virginia to Texas, where my sister lives. And she said, you can, come here, have a fresh start. You're going to love it. And you can stay with us until you get on your feet. So I was like, all right, I've never been to Texas. Let's check it out. I'm a meticulous packer. A little background on that. I grew up in the Army. So we were always, cutting dead weight, throw away things you don't need or don't use anymore, and be very organized in your packing. So I'm always organized when I'm packing things up. Every box is labeled. Every box just has one type of thing in it. So I get all of my stuff at my sister's house and I unpack all of my books. And I've got a lot of books. And I was very, very detailed about packing my books all in boxes, like together. I didn't want books in boxes with kitchen stuff, So I unpack all my books. And there's 2 books that I could not find and a laptop. So one of them is a Willie Nelson book that was autographed by Willie Nelson. And I got it in a free book bin outside of a used bookstore. So that was like finding
how dare
gold on the side of the road.
Who dropped that there?
The other book my grandfather had given me when I was about 11 years old, and he passed away in 2014. So that book was so special to me. It is a 1001 Arabian Nights. I couldn't find these books anywhere, so I texted my ex-husband and I said, where, do you have these books? And he said no. And I said, you have to have them because I just unpacked all of my things and they're not anywhere. And that's really shitty of you to have stolen those books. And one of them was from my grandfather, who's dead now. So he's adamant that he didn't take these books. Well, fast forward to 2018. I'm with my now husband. We're dating, and we were planning a vacation to Mexico. And for some reason, I just really wanted to bring this book with me, okay? Really, really wanted to bring it. And I looked everywhere, and I was like, man, I unpacked all of my things, and I know that it would have been in one of the boxes with all the rest of the books. So I kind of give up. We planned our trip like 3 months ahead of time. So about a month before our trip, I go out to our storage area in our garage where I had all my books, and I'm going through the boxes because I hadn't unpacked those yet. I didn't have a place to put them, and I wanted them to be protected. So I have a lot of scary horror books like Dean Koontz and Stephen King. And I was like, I'll just pick one of these that I haven't read yet, because that used bookstore, they had Dean Koontz and Stephen King books for like 25 cents and 5 cents. I mean, come on. So I had a lot of books I hadn't read yet. So I'm digging through these boxes and picking out different books and trying to figure out which one I wanted to bring. And I find the 1001 Arabian Nights book. Oh. And my blood pressure just dropped. It was the freakiest thing. Because like I said, when I moved to my sister's house, I had a whole bookcase. And I unpacked every single book. So when I moved in with my now husband, I had to pack all those books back up into brand new boxes. There's no way that I would have missed this book, guys. Freaked me the fuck out. So I'm holding on to hope that one day this Willie Nelson book that's going to be worth some money someday is just going to show back up in some random place where it shouldn't be or where it should be. Anyway, thank you guys so much for putting on a great podcast and listening to my stories, and I hope you shit your pants twice because those are some freaky things. I'll send in some more stories. I do have a possible UFO story that I need to submit as well.
Yeah.
Bye.
Wow.
Oh.
Whoa.
I love blaming your ex. Be like, did you fucking take my book?
Yeah. How dare you take my Willie Nelson and my grandpa's book?
And then there's like a ghost who's reading it like, oh God,
Yeah.
I gotta hide these. I don't want to. Oh, it'll be
I'll wait till
awkward.
the next destination to put it back. Okay.
Yeah. Also, or the scarier option is that your ex-husband is slowly returning your items.
Ew. Sneaking them in wherever you are.
Yeah. Ew.
That's too nasty. That's too nasty.
Yeah. Ugh.
Ew.
Also,
What,
go ahead.
what about that traveler?
I was gonna say,
bathroom
Betsy.
traveler, dude.
Betsy, what if I did that to you while you were driving? You would be so mad at me.
I'd be so mad.
You'd beat me up.
I'd beat the shit out of you, Marcy. I'd pull over on the side of the highway and I'd rip open your door and I'd pull you out, seatbelt and all, and I would beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, you'd rip the seat. I'm still connected to the seat. You've ripped it out.
Oh, yeah, you're stuck to that seat and I'm just wailing on you.
Man, I wonder how a traveler would respond, though. Like, would there be, like, you know, they were saying, like, oh, what if I see a ghost in my back seat? No. Oh, boy, no. Too terrible. Too terrible.
Too terrible.
Too terrible.
That's too terrible.
Oh.
That grosses me out so much. That idea of, oh.
And just every bathroom?
That's what it sounded like. Like they feel uncomfortable in every bathroom. That sucks.
I would be like, I release you. You don't have to come with me anymore.
Yeah. I mean, like, are you sure you want to stick around? Because I don't even want to be in here with myself.
I mean, maybe.
But I have to.
Maybe because you don't have, like, maybe you can't smell stuff or.
Right?
Or what if things just aren't gross anymore when you're dead? Because you're like, no, I get the whole thing.
Yeah, that could be. But to want to hang out in a bath, like, come on.
Some people are freaks.
I know.
Who is the famous basketball player who was like secretly recording toilets? Is that familiar? Does that sound familiar to you?
But oh my God.
I could be someone's like, oh, Marcy, it's a football player. And it's not. It's a basketball player.
Who knows?
Basketball player who put camera in
I like
bathrooms.
secretly recording toilets.
Okay. Bathroom. Let's see. Who is it? Basketball coach arrested for filming players in bathroom. That's one. But I want to say it's toilet. Let's say toilet. This is going to be specific to a toilet. Oh boy. Jackson Hayes is arrested by LAPD. Let's see. What was it? Where's the toilet part? Is this not about a toilet or is this just something else? There was nothing about a toilet there. I don't know why this Google does not work properly. Okay.
This Google is broken.
This Google's broken.
Google's broken, everybody.
I guess when you put basketball player who put camera in toilet, maybe it's like just kind of finding any of the words like toilet, camera, all by themselves.
Right.
But yeah, some people are freaks and they like toilets.
Yeah, hey, some people love toilets.
And some ghosts can't smell and love to hear you.
I'd love to hear you go nuts in the bathroom. There will be some times where I don't need to say. Well, like where I'll go to the bathroom, and then I'll be like, I'll be like getting ready, and Wilma will come in, and I'm like, Wilma, there's no way.
Well, you know
This
why?
is awesome to you, man.
Do you know why, though? Wilma thinks you need her to look out for you. Because you're vulnerable. That's why dogs look at you when they poop.
Oh, right.
It's because they want to make sure you're watching out their back.
After. This is like
Maybe
after
she just didn't know you were going to the bathroom until she's like, oh, I smell what she's doing in there.
Yeah, she's like, oh man.
Because my cats always want to come into the bathroom when I'm going to the bathroom. They need to.
Wow. Yeah, to protect, huh?
Yeah, they're like looking out. I think that's what they're doing, or they're little nasty freaks.
Or they're nasties.
You little
freaky
nasties.
nasties.
Oh, you nasties.
You little freaky nasties.
Yeah, very funny though to call your ex and scream at them about
So funny.
either one, you misplaced a book, or your friend's traveler hid it from you.
Yeah, what if Friend's Traveler is now your traveler?
Yeah, your friend did it. Your friend did that to you.
Yeah, your friend did it. Beat them up. Take them on a drive on the highway and then beat the shit out of them.
Say, you get ready for the Betsy special.
Yeah.
I love harming people.
Yeah. It's the best.
All right, I'm going to play another one. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is my experience of living in a haunted house in South Dakota. So let me preface just by saying we are a military family, and we have lived in many different homes in different states, and we had never, up until this point, experienced anything paranormal, and we have not experienced anything paranormal since this particular home. So when we moved to South Dakota, we wanted to live on base, but there was a wait list. Base housing was full, so we had to put our names on the list. So in the meantime, we had to find a rental to live in. So we found this house, and it was not an older home by any means. It was in a really, nice family subdivision, probably 10 to 12 years old at this point. It was a tri-level split. So you walk in the main door, there was like a living room, sitting room area. About 5 or 6 stairs downstairs, that was where the kids' bedrooms were. 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, and another living room play area. Up the stairs, 5 or 6 steps, that was where the kitchen was. Kitchen, dining room, master bedroom, master bathroom. So the master bathroom is also kind of like a shared bathroom to the main area. So if you had guests over, they could get into the bathroom from the hallway. And then there was also a door from the master bath into from the bedroom into the bathroom. So things started happening fairly quickly once we moved in. Things that we couldn't quite explain, but it was, just kind of strange. But things like my daughter was in kindergarten at the time.
Weird.
Oh, scary.
And she would tell me that as she was falling asleep, trying to fall asleep at night, she would hear something whisper into her ear.
What the fuck?
Just whisper her name into her ear.
Why?
What is this whispering?
And, she said, I don't know. It just happens when I'm trying to fall asleep. I just hear something whisper in my ear, and I'm kind of just write it off. I'm like, you're falling asleep, and sometimes you can hear things, and, you have a big imagination. Don't worry about it. Don't be scared.
I'm going to pause just to say, is this person Megan's mother?
What if? How funny. I got a story. That would be incredible.
Okay, back to it.
Yep, back to it.
Then I started hearing the same whisper. And as I'm falling asleep, I would hear something very close to my ear, and I could not tell if it was a male or a female voice. It was very breathy.
Marilyn Monroe.
And I would hear my daughter's name. Something would just whisper her name into my ear. And,
Ooh.
Again, I'm thinking power of suggestion. She told me this, and now I'm hearing it too. Just go to sleep. Don't worry about it. It's not menacing in any way. It's just kind of odd. So that starts happening fairly, every night. And then my daughter would hear, they'd be outside playing. So out in the backyard, the houses were kind of set up in a way that was almost like a circle of homes. And in the center was a play area. So jungle gym and sandbox, and it was a great neighborhood for kids. They would be outside playing with the other kids, and my daughter would come running in the house, open up the sliding glass door and say, "Yeah, Mom, what'd you need, Mom?" And I would say, "What?" And she said, "I heard you were calling my name. I heard you calling my name. I thought what do you need?" And we kind of just look at each other, and I'm like, I definitely was not calling your name. And she has a very unique name. So there was no other kids in this neighborhood with her name.
Mary
and so
Poppins.
it wasn't nothing even close that, she could mistake another mom's voice for her name, calling their name. So she, again, just kind of looked at me like, "What's going on?" And I would just say, go back out and play. And I was telling, while this is happening, I'm telling my husband, and he's like, it's nothing to worry about, just don't think too hard on it. You're overthinking this. I'm like, okay. So one night, trying to fall asleep, and I'm still awake, just trying to get comfortable. And I hear the light to the upstairs, the master bathroom light click on. And the door is shut from our bedroom to the bathroom, but I can hear the light click on. I see the light on, and I'm thinking one of my kids came upstairs to use the bathroom for some reason instead of using their bathroom downstairs. So I'm just kind of laying there, and I'm not seeing any movement, and I'm not hearing anything. And I kind of call out their names, call out my daughter's name, and I call out my son's name, and I don't hear a response. And I'm kind of getting scared at this point, so I wake my husband up, and I say, "Babe, the bathroom light just clicked on, but I don't think it's the kids. Go check it out. I'm kind of scared." So he gets up out of bed, and he opens up the door, and there's nobody in the bathroom. And so we're just kind of looking at each other like, that's strange. I didn't know bathroom lights could just click themselves on. As we're kind of looking at each other, we hear footsteps going down the first set of steps.
No.
Hit the landing, walk a few steps on the landing area in front of the front door, and then down to the kids' floor. And as we're hearing this, I look over the top of the banister, and I don't see my son or my daughter walking down the steps. My husband's like, "I'm going to go check this out." So goes down the steps fairly quickly. He doesn't see our kids, and as he gets to their bedrooms to check on them, they are asleep. They are still tucked into their covers. They are out. So there's no way they could have gotten into bed and gotten, comfortable and fallen asleep again in this amount of time. This happens within, I would say, a minute.
Yeah, they would have been giggly, or if there was a...
So he comes upstairs, and that's the first time he realizes, okay, I believe you. There is some that he cannot explain what just happened. And so we try to go back to sleep after that. And of course, we're pretty scared. We're pretty, that was an unexplainable event, and what do? You just try to go back to sleep. So as we're back asleep, I can feel, I wake up, and before I open my eyes, I just know, okay, one of my kids is in the bedroom. And this happens, this is not something that's uncommon. A kid, they're in third grade in kindergarten at the time, so kids do come up and do that creepy thing where they walk into your bedroom and stand next to the side of your bed, but they're too scared to wake you up, so they just stand there until you wake up, and, they're just in your face. And I'm like, I can just feel that presence, and I'm thinking, it's my son or my daughter. As I'm opening my eyes, I'm fully expecting to see one of their faces standing next to the bed, and there is something there, but it's not my son or my daughter. There is this black, tall figure.
Ew!
And it is tall, and it almost feels, it was solid black, and it was like a tall, thin man, and he was not just standing next to the bed, it was almost leaning over the top, looking down over me, almost hunched over the bed. And I can just tell, because the room is dark, but there is also, the moonlight, there is street lights from the street, light coming in through the blinds, so you can still see your room, but there is this definite solid black figure standing next to the side of my bed, so close and almost like leaning over. I can't see any facial features. There's nothing. It's just this tall, solid figure. And I just start screaming. And my husband wakes up. He's terrified. He turns on his side lamp and he's like, what is going on? And I'm just saying, there's somebody here. There's somebody in the room. There's somebody standing next to my bed. I just saw somebody standing next to my bed. And he gets up and he's tearing through the house and he's looking under the beds. He's looking in the garage. He's checking everything. He's checking to make sure the back door is locked. And I'm like, I know that there was something standing next to me. It woke me up out of a dead sleep. I could feel something just staring at me. So he's like, Jory, we've got to go to sleep. We've got to get some rest. We've got to get up in the morning. We only have a few hours left. And so we're trying to go back to sleep. And we eventually do drift off. And the next thing I know, my husband is the one screaming. And he is terrified. I've never heard him scream like this before. He is a very even-keeled, mannered type of guy. He's never woken up screaming. And I have to cover his mouth with my hand because I'm afraid he's going to wake up the kids and scare the kids. And he finally comes to from whatever, he's screaming about. And I'm like, what is going on? And he said, I don't know. Like, I was laying here and I couldn't move. And there was something hovering almost like horizontal to his own body, just floating above him. And he said it was just this black figure, and if it was a face where the eyes should be, there was just these glowing orange red kind of like flame orbs where the eyes were supposed to be, just staring down at him. And he said he was frozen. He couldn't move. He couldn't wake me up. He couldn't make any noise. And this figure turned into like a vapor, like a mist, and it started going into his nose and his mouth. And he said it's almost as if like smoke, like a thick smoke or gas was going into your nose and your mouth. And he almost had this suffocating sensation. And that's when he started screaming. He could finally move and scream. And he was just so scared. And he was like, I don't know how to explain this. Like, I definitely saw what you just saw. And of course we didn't sleep for the rest of the night. So we start calling our friends and family, and we're explaining to them what is going on, and we feel like maybe we're going insane. And they said, gave us all this advice, and somebody gave us the advice of going to get sage. You need to go get sage. You need to cleanse this house. There's definitely something that you need to get out. And this spirit, this entity, you need to, pray, say some prayers. I'm Catholic. I grew up Catholic, so I'm like saying these prayers. We got this sage bundle, and we do every inch of this house. And it seemed to work. We never, after that experience, that sleepless night of us having this, whatever this thing was in our home, it never came back. So I guess sage and just sheer terror and prayer, and it never came back, and we have never experienced that since. So that is my paranormal experience. I'm a big fan of both of you. I enjoy the pod, and I hope you didn't shit your pants. Thanks.
I mean, I could have.
I sure could have.
That really gave me chills.
How, like, it happening in the same night?
Yes.
Back to back
yes.
is so horrifying.
Also, like, I feel like with sleep paralysis, there's a few schools of thought, and one of them being like, oh, it's just something that your brain does, like it's a, the hypnagogic or whatever it is. But to have a shared hallucination doesn't make sense to me unless for some reason, no, it doesn't make sense to me, but I guess of like, just to check your carbon monoxide detector, whatever, just to check it, guys, never hurts. Check those batteries.
Right.
But but I don't think the shared hallucination seems so improbable to me, and then the turning into mist
and then going into the nose, that is so fucking scary.
Is maybe did it go away because it's possessed your husband, or are we positive?
Oh, Marcy, maybe.
Are we positive that your husband is not currently to this day laying dormant in wait like Lyme disease to just like flare up?
Right. I think you have to rub him like a magical lamp and see if it comes out.
That's nasty.
Oh, you're nasty.
No, you did it. You're nasty.
As soon as I started saying it, I was like, this is nasty.
Ooh, this is nasty.
Ooh, this is nasty. I think I'm ready for Valentine's Day. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, baby, rub my
So many
lamp.
plans. Yeah.
Also, speaking of lamp, it made me think of have you ever seen The Great Outdoors with John Candy?
Yeah.
And that bear. But so at the end of the movie, spoiler, it's a movie that came out before you were born, probably. It's a great movie.
It's really fun. I haven't seen it in years, but
it's very much in that like family vacation kind of. I don't think it is the same National Lampoons, but I don't think it's the same. But anyway, there's a bear that's like coming into the house, and the only weapon they have is this lamp that was made out of an old shotgun. Yeah. And so I was like, that would be a really nifty thing to have next to your husband's side of the bed.
Okay.
You kept doing the shotgun things. Made me think of it. But I'm going to ask you, Betsy.
What
did those black masses make you think? Did it make you think of anything we've talked about on the podcast before?
Uh-oh. Yes, it did.
It's not a trick.
No, I know, but it absolutely did. But I don't. What is it?
It made me. It reminded me of the djinn.
Okay. Yeah.
The terrible djinn.
And djinn, they're kind of like
genies.
Genies.
Yes, that's where the word genie comes from. But the description of it being really darker than black. I don't know if they said that, but I imagined it that way.
That's what I was imagining.
And then having this those glowing eyes, something about that is just, it's not ghosty. That is next level other being.
Yeah. And the stuff with the daughter.
Yes.
Felt very kind of next level.
Yes.
Not just saying the daughter's name to the mom is so creepy.
It's threatening.
Yeah, where it's I know your daughter's name.
That's disgusting.
That's fucked up.
Also, going into the children's room, it definitely was terrorizing them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the greatest trick it's played is to make you believe you got rid of it when it actually is living.
It's in your husband.
It's in your husband, dude. Hopefully it jumped to somebody else. Maybe he went on an overnight work trip, and it just popped out, slipped under the door, went across the hall.
Yeah. It's somewhere else. It's somewhere in Las Vegas.
It's it following.
Yes.
But not with sex.
But now it's sex.
Not with sex. He's fine. He's fine. You got to trust him.
Yeah. Now it's sex.
Oh, God. I'm breaking up marriages.
Oh, Marcy. Wow.
That was that was very, very scary.
Yeah.
Really good.
Really, really scary. Oh, God.
It's going to haunt me, I think.
Yeah, that's creepy, dude. Oh, just a very tall figure bending over.
It just gives me such bad feelings, too.
Yeah. Bad vibes.
Keep your eyes peeled, people. Keep your eyes peeled. Everybody keep your eyes peeled.
Everybody, eyes peeled, ears open. Okay.
I want every night before you go to bed to just tell yourself, don't sleep. You can't sleep tonight because tonight could be the night tonight could be the night something happens. Don't sleep ever again.
That's a really great way to live life.
Yeah. That way you're prepared.
You're always prepared.
Gotta be prepared. And then everyone having shotgun lamps.
And everybody gets some shotgun lamps.
Oh boy, God. Well, hopefully, did they move out? Did they say they moved out? Yeah, that was before they got to live on base, right?
I think so.
Hopefully they got to live in some lovely barracks after that. That's not what they do. They don't live in barracks when it's a family. That would be so funny if it was like a little girl and like a bunk bed next to it, like a soldier.
Yeah. That would be so funny. I call tops. Okay. All right.
All right. I'm going to play another one.
Yeah.
All right. You ready?
Yes. I'm ready.
Hello, Betsy and Marcy. This is Kate from Connecticut, and my story is about angels.
Oh, okay.
I have lived with chronic Lyme disease since 2013.
Marcy, what's happening?
And,
hold on to your butts.
My brand of Lyme has included, it's kind of been categorized as neuro-Lyme. It affected my memory, my short-term memory, my ability to recall words and not lose track of my thoughts kind of mid-sentence. I think it also brought on in my early 20s anxiety and depression that are legitimate enough on their own, but I think I had never experienced anything like that until my Lyme was really, really bad. So I did kind of the traditional round of antibiotics and tried that whole scene. And I also worked with a naturopath and did kind of a natural course at the same time as the more Western antibiotics. And I did that for several years until it reached a point where my body was like, you're done. My stomach was so wrecked from all the antibiotics that the herbs couldn't, there was no helping it. So I stopped everything, kind of went cold turkey, tried talk therapy and diet stuff, and just sort of let my body take a break. And then about 2 or 3 years after my diagnosis, I was living in Vermont, and I found out about this woman who does biomagnetic therapy. And my very brief understanding of biomagnetic therapy is that basically the therapist will place magnets of opposing charges on your body in the same way that acupuncture needles, running along meridians, and as a way of sort of directing energetic flow. So I started seeing this woman and learned from her, like I just described, the very preliminary sort of understanding of what it is that she was working on and how it might help with my Lyme, which is something that really hides, the disease really hides in your tissues, in your knees and your joints, and throughout your blood. And I started feeling a lot better. It really, really, it was just an absolutely life-changing treatment for me. And during what may have actually been my last session, it was one of my, maybe my second to last session, she left the room. She usually would place the magnets on me, and then I would kind of hang out for a few minutes. Her office was in her home, in a little side room, so she would usually go make a cup of tea or something while I kind of hung out with the magnets on me for a period of time, and then she'd come back. And I remember it being unusual. Usually she would kind of linger and shoot the shit, or be kind of within earshot. But this time I remember her really being I'm going to leave, and closed the door and left me in there, and I closed my eyes, and I always kind of used that time to just like zone out, meditate, relax, breathe, try to just like be really present and let the magnets do their thing. And at some point, I remember feeling like this, it's almost like the feeling like right before you're about to cry, where it just like kind of swells up in your chest. I'm lying on my back, and I remember like my heart and my ribs sort of started like pulling towards the ceiling. And my eyes were open at that point, and I started crying, but just like tears like running from my eyes kind of just into my ears because of the way my head was back. And my mouth was open, and like my chest had lifted up, so I was almost like on the top of my head, like arching my back, like when you come, you know, your back arches and your head tilts back, and it was like Jesus that. And I kind of got into that position in slow motion with my eyes open and my mouth open, and tears streaming down my face, and I wasn't scared, and I wasn't upset. It was just like I was in the presence of something. I did not feel like I was in control of my body, but it wasn't scary, and nothing was moving, and yet I was like arched back into this position. And after a couple seconds, I relaxed and kind of cleaned the tears off of the sides of my face, and the therapist came back into the room. And I didn't initially say anything. It didn't feel like something that I needed to talk about right away. It wasn't like I was scared or freaked out. I just sort of was like processing still. And I remember like sitting up, and she asked, not in a indirect way, like, so, and like, how was everything? And I think I remember telling her, like, I sensed the presence of something. And she very matter-of-factly was like, oh yeah, like you had 2 angels with you. And they
got chills.
Were communicating with my therapist and was like, we got this. We've got her. You don't need to be here. It's okay. And
What?
she said, she described them as angels, and then said like that they were guides, and that everybody has like a certain number of guides that kind of follow them around. And sometimes she comes into a room and feels like it's really crowded and there's lots of guides. And I believe she said that there were 2 with me, and one was sort of like a main guide, and then another was like auxiliary and sort of supporting, and maybe someone that I had known, and I have my suspicions about who that might be. But it's something that I find myself forgetting that I've had that experience. And in listening to your show, it has reminded me that happened, and also kind of rekindled my interest in reconnecting with those entities, be it like overtly, or just taking comfort in knowing that they're there. I've been functioning without treating my Lyme disease ever since that experience.
Cool.
That's awesome.
I recommend checking it out to anyone that's suffering with this stupid goddamn disease. Thank you so much for everything you both do. And thanks for listening.
Whoa, dude.
Every time you come, just know that there are 2 angels there helping you through
it. Out. Wow.
One, let me just say this. I must have known this story I must have known about the Lyme disease thing. I must have known, because it's just too weird for me to say.
That was so strange that you used that as an example.
I mean, I don't like listen to these beforehand because I already am confused about what I've heard before and not.
Of course.
But there's a possibility I might have searched the email, the title of the voice note to make sure that we haven't like recently played or listened to another story from Kate.
Okay.
So I'm going to give it that.
I don't know. I mean, you're on fire though with hold on to your butts or buckle up your butts and then hold on to your butts.
Hold on to your butts is classic though. So
yeah.
It's like saying aloha while you're in Hawaii. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I just wanted to put that out there that I don't think I'm a magical witch every day. But also, have you ever tried out any of these alternative, like therapeutic?
I have not. Yeah. No, I haven't. I haven't felt the reason to yet. Or, I haven't had any issues where it's like, I'll try this instead of Western medicine or whatever.
Right.
You know? Have you done any of it?
I mean, like through... Like I've done like a Reiki session or
right, yeah.
Or I've done like there's a massage place I go to that does a lot of things, not this specific biomagnetic therapy, but they do like stuff with polarity and meridians and all that stuff.
Okay.
Where I know once during a massage is like, okay, so she's just touching my index finger and my big toe for an extended time period.
Did you feel good after it?
I don't remember. But I do remember in one session like seeing a lot of colors and stuff like
whoa.
But anyway, that is I've never heard of someone in one of these sessions having like
such a epiphany kind of or like such a big moment,
like such a spiritual
that's so incredible.
Also so funny that you were like, like when you come.
Yeah, but honestly it's like, oh, okay,
yeah.
Okay, yeah, sometimes you gotta just explain it.
I hope that in a lot of it, like anytime you have to explain an arch back, that's the go-to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Teaching class or
like when you come. Anyways. Wow.
That's
yes, because I've heard of like the guides.
Yeah.
You have guides throughout your life, but that's pretty incredible that the person was like, I gotta get out of here.
The practitioner knowing to be like, I'm gonna skedaddle for a moment.
I'm gonna get out of here, let these angels do their thing.
And it makes sense too if you're gonna be just no inhibitions, very open to it in the moment to like.
Yeah.
Also, how cool that person is so in tuned with it.
It's so cool. So cool.
It'd be cool if all doctors could do that, or even if all doctors treated patients like biomagnetic therapy.
Magnetic therapy. That's really interesting. Kind of acupuncture, but without the little
without
needles.
the puncturing.
Just with some magnets. Yeah.
Yeah. What is biomagnetic pair therapy?
Wow. And that they're feeling good. That's so cool.
Oh, amazing. Because Lyme disease is one of those that like from my understanding of it, and it's limited, that like you can like get bit by a tick, maybe not even realize it, could be in your childhood, and then way later in life start having these neurological symptoms that are impossible for doctors to diagnose because they don't know where it's coming from, right?
Right.
So yeah.
That's so sad and scary.
And the earlier you catch it, the more likely you are to the easier it is for it to be treated by medicine.
Yeah, okay.
So that you don't get to the place where you're having those severe neurological symptoms.
Wow.
But fucking ticks.
What the fuck, man? Why? What are we doing? What are we doing with ticks?
Why is that part of their whole thing?
I don't know.
Also, it's a virus from a tick, right?
I think so, yeah.
That's even weirder.
It's very strange. I remember learning about them when I was little and being so scared because I was like in the woods all the time. But I grew up where it was so high, they couldn't live.
Oh, the altitude?
Yeah. The altitude and like the weather and stuff was just like, no way. No way.
No way, no how.
No way, no how, ticks.
Also, not every tick bite will lead to Lyme disease.
Okay.
Just FYI.
Does the tick needs to have it or?
Yes. So,
Okay,
but not all.
okay.
Yeah.
That is good to know. I thought it was every single tick bite.
No. It's, like it would be like rabies. Like, like, yes,
God.
there are areas where the infection rate is like high and but not every.
Okay.
But also,
okay.
are there other ways to get, now I'm just going to like look up. Yeah. We gotta look up ticks. Gotta look up a lot of tick information.
Gotta look up ticks. Ew.
But these were really cool. I'm glad that we finally did get to some longer.
They were great.
I do have some ones that I just, we'll have to see. And also we want to hear from you guys to be like, is this cool? Was this okay?
Yeah, did you like this?
I don't have too many other very long ones, and hopefully you guys don't keep sending
Marcy's shaking
very
her
long
fist.
ones.
Marcy's shaking her fist.
Oh yeah,
so
I
be
shook
careful.
it. I shook it. So
It was shook.
again, if you can keep it safe, keep it short, and keep it silent.
Safe. Keep it short and keep it silent.
If you can. But yeah, if you guys are into it, we have a few more, like a handful more of these longins.
Yeah.
We can keep playing them. We can do that for you.
I was entertained the whole time.
I mean, it's easy for us. We just get to listen.
I
love it.
Listen and just be like, whoa. Whoa.
Yeah. Interrupt, talk over people like I wouldn't in real life.
Oh, right.
Oh, it's the best.
Right.
Well, Betsy.
Yeah.
I hope you later on today you get to arch your back
Oh, shit.
to some angels.
You too, Marcy. You too. Have some angels come and visit and you arch your back a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Come angels visit you. But yeah, please send more stories, guys.
Keep them coming. We love them so much.
Don't do long ones on purpose, though. Don't do it on purpose.
Oh yeah, that'll really make Marcy pissed.
Well, you just have to wait 4 years for us to get in the mood to do this again.
Exactly.
Yeah, but send them in, guys.
Yeah, keep them coming. We love it.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah. Goodbye. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much for listening to A Funny Feeling.
If you have a paranormal experience that you would like to share, please send us a voice memo, or you can email us just a letter at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com. I'm Marcy.
I'm Betsy. And don't shit your pants.
That was a HeadGum podcast.